So a lot of people look at me and they always think that I'm good. Why do they always think that I'm good? It's the way I carry myself. It's my personality. It's the way I come across, right? Don't nobody knows what I'm going through. Don't nobody know if I have, don't have, if I will have or won't have. All I do is sit up here and plan to progress. Is it hard to progress? Yes. Is it is anything easy for me? No, nothing's really easy for me. You always got someone trying to eat off your plate. Let me be real with you. And this community is tight, woven, simulated, ill nation to the T. So all they want to present to you is illness. What is illness? They're sitting up there, they're using certain stuff to present illness. To take on demonic possession, they tell you first you got to do drugs, right? That's pharmaceutical. You got to sit up here. You have to, after doing the drugs, they start messing with the lights and stuff, using all kinds of stuff to take you through the hypnosis process even faster to speed up that process. So they're using psychology as well, right? They're also using other things. They want you to defile yourself. This defiling of yourself causes you to fall. They're wondering, well, why isn't she falling into these type of traps? Why isn't she doing this type of stuff? I mean, before she got 5 kids out of marriage. 5. Not married one time. I can tell you about demonic captive. I can tell you how you're going to get raped off in it. I can tell you about all that. 5 kids outside of marriage. So they're wondering, why is she so different? Why do she cover her head? Why do she wear a head covering? That's not black. We don't know what it is. Why is she already covering her head? Why is she always wearing long clothes? I mean, she don't show nothing. We barely see the girl ankles. They're wondering these things. What am I saying? I'm not saying that I'm better than you because you're unclothed. What I'm saying is that I'm different because I have chosen a different path. My choice made the difference. When I was woke up in this madness and in this craziness that y'all were carrying on, and it was like, who you gonna choose? You gonna choose us? You gonna choose yourself? I chose God. I didn't even choose myself. I chose the will of God over myself, knowing that the will of God will lead me down a righteous path. The true will of God will lead me down a righteous path. Have I seen different things take place? Yes. What have I seen take place? I have seen the fact of me choosing God over illness made me better. Now, guess what? Is God still grooming me? Man, trust me, I messed up. I don't always have the answers. I don't always have it together. Remind you, I have been for years demonic captive, doing ungodly things, behaving in an ungodly manner. So these mannerisms are still there, but no good fruit can bring forth corrupt fruit. No good tree gonna bring forth corrupt fruit. No good fruit is gonna be considered corrupt. So therefore, with me, I changed a lot of things that I would normally do. You get what I'm saying? And right now, I am so at this point where I must now divulge my budgeting methods. Because I want to show the enemy really how I make it on $17.50 when the environment's requiring $21 an hour, how I make it on $15.25 when the environment says, look, it's $15.75 just to live poor. I want to show you how I do not waste my money or squander what is given to me, because money is talent. They didn't understand. Some are given money, some are given skills, some are given abilities. Money is talent. This is part of the reason I'm going to be real with you. Have any of you guys paid attention to the fact that we sent our kids to school for 12 years And on that 12th year after getting out of school, ask those kids 5 years later, can they even remember how to do certain equations? Can they remember how to just do a regular um, equation right off the head, not studying or nothing? It becomes very complex. You know why? Because there are certain things that are trying to docile you out. This has been since the beginning of time. We talk about Adam and Eve. You got Adam and Eve. You got power, dominion, authority, right? They gave them power, dominion, and authority. They gave us the same thing: power, dominion, and authority. Guess what we fight? We fighting a coup. That very thing that wants to overthrow your power, dominion, and authority, because it wants to have power and dominion and authority over you. So what's the first thing it's trying to do? It's trying to contaminate you. It's trying to make you an abomination. The angels of God can't come fight for you if you are an abomination. That's why you're going through homosexual issues. And it's just not connected to you, because some of this stuff they're trying to put on you. Like, they're actually brainwashing you to take on demonic activities. So you're dealing with homosexuality, right? Men, women, children, trans sexualities, and stuff like that. But it's a motive behind it. It's a motive to will you into a pagan lifestyle. So you will never know the true God. You will only know a pagan God, an unrealistic God that is human made. So you never really get to the real motive and purpose behind the writings of God, because it is always illuminated to you in an ill manner. I can't tell you that the Bible has changed. They have changed out so many different things in the Bible. All have failed and fallen short of God. That went in the Bible when this Bible was first written. They're not going to show you that. They sitting up there, they telling you about the 1800 and 1900 Bibles and 1956 and all kinds of stuff, Bibles, and 1999, whatever. Those Bibles were written different. They had different items in those Bibles. You get what I'm saying? But this is what's going on. They had to rewrite it, because the moment you awaken, what do you usually resort back to? You resort back to religion. You go off up in the church, and what do you see? None but demons in that church. You got to fight those demons. You go to work. What do you see? None but demons at the job. You got to fight those demons. And it's hard to fight off all this demonic activity without even having a source of wisdom or education of God. So now you're being consumed by it. Because guess what? The enemy rejoices every time you don't do a spiritual exercise. Every time you don't read that Bible, the enemy rejoices. They throw a party. Hey, we winning. We winning. You're not reading the Bible. We're winning. We're winning. You're not listening to sermons. We're winning. We're winning. You're not listening to prayers. When you start seeing ministers' sermons rewritten with flawed information in it, because they're putting flawed intel in it. You sit up here and you listen to the African man. He said we had to make our own media source where we can release news to our people that is not contaminated. He doesn't know that we have been doing that for years. From the Muslim religion, Catholic religion, every religion had built their own media source. Even Christianity. So the war now is not just religious wise, it's political. Building a source. But guess what? All those sources, when the time came and the platform was built and generated and had a multitude of people listening to it, they were removed from us. Either they're removed or the coup is formed to take those sources over. They don't talk about this type of stuff because they don't want you educated on how ill we are at this point. We are dealing with a society that is not wanting growth for the people. So now the people fight. And then you got a website that say people first. Okay?